Most of us want a clean, tidy home, but the busier life gets, the more it starts to feel like a constant weight sitting in the back of your mind. I used to think that keeping the house under control meant having more time or more energy until I realized the problem wasn't about doing more. In this video, I'm sharing 10 practical ways to keep your home manageable, even with a busy schedule, without pushing yourself to do extra. These habits won't make your house look perfect overnight, but they help reduce how much you have to redo each day and make it easier to stay in control when life is full. If you want your home to feel lighter without having to think about it all the time, let's start with the first tip right now. The first tip is about the small tasks that quietly live in your head all the time. Bills that need to be paid, paperwork that needs attention, birthday gifts to buy, or a form that still needs to be filled out. None of these take very long, but they take up a lot of mental energy because you're carrying them with you every day. I used to let these things live everywhere: a piece of paper on the desk, an unopened email, a note in my phone. The result was a constant feeling that I was forgetting something. Eventually, I shifted to a simpler approach, gathering all of my actionables in one place and handling them during one fixed time each week, usually 15 to 20 minutes. What I do is very straightforward. Any paperwork that needs action goes into one folder. Any task that comes up during the week gets added to a single running note. I pick one specific day and only deal with these things on that day. No handling them randomly, no redeciding every day. This approach noticeably reduces mental pressure. You don't have to keep asking yourself, "Did I take care of that yet?" And you're not cooking dinner while mentally tracking unpaid bills. At this point, your home and your routine stop adding stress and start supporting you. When all those open loops in your head are gathered and handled quickly, you feel lighter, even though the amount of work hasn't actually decreased. That lightness comes from no longer having to worry about forgetting, or remind yourself while doing other things. Once the invisible clutter in your head is more organized, the next step is addressing how physical items are placed and stored in your space. When things have logical, easy-to-use homes, you don't need to clean as much to keep your house feeling tidy. In upcoming videos, I'll be sharing practical storage solutions that actually make small homes easier to live in, things that reduce clutter over time instead of creating more work. Next, don't skip the habit of cleaning as you go. This is a small habit that makes a big difference, especially if you don't have long stretches of time to clean. Cleaning as you go isn't about cleaning the house. It's about not letting small tasks turn into big ones. I keep it very simple. After using scissors, I put them back right away. When a package is opened, the packaging gets cleared immediately. While cooking, I wipe the counter as food is cooking. Each of these takes just a few extra seconds, but when they're postponed, they pile up into something that feels hard to start. I stick with this habit because I don't want to come back and clean. Coming back always takes more energy than doing it in the moment. Once the house feels messy, you have to decide where to start, how long it will take, and whether you even have the energy. When you clean right away, there's no extra decision involved. This works especially well for busy schedules because it doesn't require setting aside time just to clean. You're simply finishing what you already started instead of creating future work. When practiced consistently, the house rarely reaches a state of total mess. Things may not be perfect, but they stay manageable. And that feels very different from letting everything pile up and waiting for a free day to deal with it. Once cleaning right after use becomes second nature, the next step is addressing a category of items that easily creates clutter when ignored new things coming into the house. Another important tip is not leaving new items in a temporary state. Not temporarily by the door, not temporarily on the table, not temporarily in a corner with the thought of, I'll deal with it later. Mail bills, packages, groceries, all of them need a decision the first time you touch them. I realized that much of the clutter in a home doesn't come from old things, but from new things that don't yet have a clear place. An envelope set down with the thought, I'll look at it later, quickly becomes a base for other items. A grocery bag left on the counter can stay there all day, and after a few days, these items are no longer new, they become a pile you don't want to deal with. The way I handle this is by deciding immediately. Junk mail goes straight into the trash. Papers that need action go into the actionables folder. Groceries get put away right where they belong, even if it's just a few items. Packages get opened right away. What's needed stays packaging, and unnecessary inserts go. The reason to do this immediately is because this is when you're most clear. You know where the item came from, what it's for, and where it should live. The decision is fast. If you wait, you'll have to come back, look again, rethink it, and that's when things get delayed. When new items are handled right away, your home doesn't develop vague temporary zones. No stacks of paper on the table, no bags in the corner, no constant sense that the house feels messy without knowing why. By taking control of the flow of items into your home, staying tidy stops being a constant cleanup. Instead, it turns into a series of very small, very light adjustments that happen throughout the day, much more manageable for busy lives than any large cleaning plan. Now hang, fold, or iron clothes right away. If clean laundry tends to sit in the washer in a basket or on a chair for days, the issue isn't laziness, it's an open process. Right after washing is when clothes are easiest to handle. The fabric is still damp, wrinkles haven't fully set, and you don't have to decide all over again. Instead of leaving laundry undone, I sort it as soon as it comes out of the machine. Dresses, shirts, and wrinkle-prone items go straight on hangers. Loungewear and thicker cotton items get folded. Anything that needs to look crisp gets ironed in one go. This may sound time-consuming, but it actually saves time. I don't need to take the iron out again later, I don't have to fight deep wrinkles, and I don't end up with a pile of clothes waiting for a decision in the bedroom. Everything gets completed in one continuous flow: wash, dry, hang, or fold, put away. The biggest benefit is that laundry never becomes long-term clutter. Once clothes are hung or folded immediately, the bedroom looks noticeably calmer and the closet doesn't get overstuffed with clothes sitting elsewhere. More importantly, you're not spending mental energy thinking, when am I going to deal with this? I've found that leaving laundry in a half-done state is one of the main reasons a home feels perpetually unfinished. Closing this loop doesn't mean doing more, it means doing it at the right moment. Another tip is make your bed every morning. It takes about a minute, but making the bed is one of the clearest ways to create a sense of control at the start of the day. In the morning, as soon as you get up, the room can already feel messy, even though nothing else has been touched. Blankets left rumpled, pillows out of place. These small signs of disorder give the feeling that something is unfinished. I make the bed immediately, straightening the blanket, arranging the pillows without worrying about perfection or doing anything elaborate. This habit isn't about impressing anyone else or having a picture-perfect room. It's about how I leave the space at the very start of my day. A made bed transforms the room instantly, making it feel more orderly, even if everything else hasn't changed. The brain picks up on that subtle signal the day has begun, and at least one thing has been completed. That sense of accomplishment, even from such a small action, can influence the mindset for the hours ahead. Another benefit is the domino effect it creates. A tidy bedroom discourages me from leaving items scattered or dropping clothes randomly throughout the day. Returning home at night feels different too. Walking into a space that is already set up makes it easier to relax, unwind, and feel in control rather than walking into a room that subconsciously reminds me of unfinished tasks. For busy people, this habit is especially practical because it takes almost no extra time or energy. It's short enough that it doesn't feel like a burden yet, consistent enough to create a lasting impact. Starting the day with one simple, small, tidy action lays the foundation for a more organized day, helping the house feel calmer and life feel slightly more manageable, even when the schedule is packed. Here, keep the bathroom sink clear and tidy. A small area that has a big impact on how cluttered a space feels is the bathroom sink. This is where things are most likely to be left out temporarily: cleanser bottles, toothpaste, skincare products, facial devices, tissues. When too many items sit on the surface, the bathroom can feel crowded and visually noisy even when it's technically clean. I choose to store most bottles and tools in drawers or baskets, leaving out only what I use daily and truly need. After washing my face or brushing my teeth, I do a quick wipe of the sink with a small cloth. It takes just a few seconds, but it keeps the surface dry and clean. The key is doing this every day rather than waiting until the bathroom is visibly dirty before cleaning. The benefit of this habit goes beyond tidiness. When the sink area is clear, the bathroom feels much more calming. In the morning, I don't have to face visual clutter as soon as I wake up. In the evening, skincare and washing up become a pleasant moment instead of another task to get through. Storing items properly also helps control how much you keep in the bathroom. When there's no extra surface space to spread things out, you naturally buy fewer unnecessary products. The bathroom becomes not just cleaner but lighter and easier to breathe in. Keeping the sink area tidy is a small action, but it directly affects how cared for you feel each day. And when your space supports you better, you tend to treat yourself more gently as well. This tip: take off shoes at the front door to stop dirt and clutter from spreading inside. One overlooked reason homes get dirty so quickly is wearing shoes straight into the living space. The moment you step inside, shoes carry in fine dust, sand, bacteria, and allergens from outside. Without a clear stopping point, all of that travels through the house with you. That's why I set up a dedicated shoe-off area right at the entrance. A small mat, a low shoe rack, and indoor slippers, ready to use. This system is simple but very clear. As soon as I reach the door, shoes come off and go straight to their place. No extra steps, just for convenience. I also keep this area tidy, so taking off shoes never feels like a hassle. When everything is ready, the habit happens naturally without reminders. The reason this matters is that it cuts off dirt at the source. Floors stay clean longer, you need to clean less often, and the indoor air feels noticeably fresher. For anyone sensitive to dust or allergies, the difference becomes obvious very quickly. I've noticed that when the floor stays clean, the way you move around the house feels different too. You don't worry about dirty feet, you don't need to clean constantly, and the space feels lighter overall. Most importantly, you're not dealing with the aftermath later. The problem is stopped right at the door. When dirt is blocked at the entry point, keeping the home clean becomes much easier. From here, we move to another area that often creates overwhelm if it's not kept in check: the refrigerator. Next, avoid overstocking the refrigerator so food stays visible, fresh, and easy to use. A full refrigerator doesn't mean it's being used efficiently. When food is stacked and crowded, it's easy to forget what you already have, buy duplicates, or let items spoil unnoticed until there's a smell. At that point, the fridge stops saving time and effort and starts creating extra work. A well-used refrigerator is one that's easy to see into and easy to manage. When you open the door, you should be able to tell what you have, what needs to be used soon, and what's nearing its expiration date. Organizing with visibility in mind reduces many small daily decisions, especially during busy days. I follow a very simple principle here. Every time I buy groceries, I quickly check what's already in the fridge and rearrange so nothing is completely hidden. Opened items or foods that need to be used soon go to the most visible spots. I buy just enough for a few days instead of stocking up just in case, and if I'm not sure when I'll use something, I don't buy it yet. The most obvious benefit is reduced food waste. When food stays visible, you're much more likely to use it in time. A less crowded fridge also allows better air circulation and more stable temperatures, which helps food stay fresh longer and prevents damage from overpacking. Another important benefit is more mindful eating habits. Meals are planned around what's already available instead of buying more and letting it sit. The fridge stops feeling stressful to open and becomes a tool that supports daily life. When the fridge feels lighter, the kitchen feels lighter too. And to carry that sense of ease through to the end of the day, there's one small but powerful habit that helps maintain it. Then take out the trash at the end of each day to keep your home smelling clean and manageable. If trash is left overnight, you'll almost certainly have to deal with odors the next day. Household waste, especially food waste, can start smelling within hours, even in small amounts. Once the smell appears, it doesn't stay in the bin. It spreads into the kitchen and directly affects how the home feels. A simple way to avoid this is to end the day by taking out the trash. There's no need to wait until the bin is full or turn it into a big task. Just treat it as the final step before resting, like turning off the lights or locking the door. I make a habit of taking out the trash every evening, especially after the last meal of the day. It takes only a few minutes but keeps the home consistently pleasant. I don't need air fresheners, and I don't have to remember how long the trash has been sitting. The next morning, the bin is empty and the kitchen is ready to use. This habit prevents many small annoyances from piling up. When the home smells clean, you don't start the day by fixing an unpleasant problem. Keeping the house tidy becomes maintenance rather than cleanup. The reason to do this daily is simple. Dealing with things early is always easier than dealing with them later. When trash hasn't started smelling, you just take it out. Once odors appear, you end up cleaning the bin, deodorizing, and spending more time and effort. The difference isn't the task itself, it's everything that comes after. When your living space is free of unpleasant smells, the feeling of being at home changes completely. The house becomes a place to rest, not a reminder of unfinished tasks. And to avoid cleaning up after things you don't truly need, the final tip is a clear and practical choice. Finally, say no to free items that don't serve a clear purpose to prevent unnecessary clutter. A lot of household clutter doesn't start with big purchases, but with free items, keychains, tote bags, promotional gifts, event merchandise, small inexpensive things that are brought home with the thought, it doesn't hurt to keep it. But these items add up quickly and are rarely used in any meaningful way. The issue with free items isn't the items themselves, but the fact that they don't have a clear role in daily life. When something has no specific purpose, it also has no fixed place in the home. As a result, it ends up sitting in random spots, making the space feel cluttered even when there isn't much of it. I choose to say no right from the start to anything I don't plan to use long term. If an item doesn't have a clear place in my home, I don't bring it back. Declining in the moment saves me from having to make another decision later and from creating something else that needs storing, cleaning, or organizing. This keeps the living space from filling up with undefined objects. When your home contains only items that genuinely support daily life, staying organized becomes much lighter. You don't have to think about where to put something, whether to keep it or when you might use it. Those questions are what drain energy every day. Another benefit of saying no to free items is a significant reduction in excess belongings to manage. Every object you bring into your home comes with responsibility, storing it, cleaning it, maintaining it, and eventually deciding when to let it go. By eliminating unnecessary items at the door, you're protecting your time and energy. Once your space contains only what truly serves you, the home stops being a storage unit and becomes a place of real rest. Keeping it tidy no longer feels like constant effort. It becomes a natural state, maintained day by day, lighter, clearer, and better suited to a busy life. In summary, in this video, we went through 10 small tips focused on reducing the things that constantly demand your attention and energy at home. The goal isn't to keep your house perfect at all times, but to make it easier to live in, especially when your schedule is already packed. If you're juggling work and family life, and you don't want to feel like there's always more cleaning to do, these small adjustments are designed to support you. Each tip is meant to help you do less over time rather than trying to do more right now. In the next video, I'll cover truly essential storage solutions for small homes items that make your space more organized, easier to use, and don't add extra work for you in the year ahead. It's not about buying more, but about choosing the right things that actually lighten your home. If you found these tips helpful, give this video a like to let me know and subscribe so you won't miss the next videos. I'll continue sharing practical ways to keep your home tidy, realistic, and manageable for a busy life every day.